Nigel Cecil, equity as you like it.
Especially for my equitable friends. Hello, Chackabatties. Nigel Cecil here, as an entertainment entrepreneur, responding to my equitable friends. And it's a hot one at the moment, isn't it? So I hope you're managing to stay cool, especially if you're at the Edinburgh Fringe, because we'll be mentioning that for another little questionnaire at the end of this video. But now we've got the results of the Equity 5-word survey, because my equitable friend said, Nigel, please could you ask amongst us what words first come to mind when you think about equity? Now, equity is the United Kingdom trade union for actors, creatives, entertainers, and other talent engaged in the showbiz entertainment business. And so, well, that's what we did. And we said, please send in to Nigel the first 5 words that you perceive or you would like equity to be when you think of equity. And those that had the most duplicated words, well, they were going to receive an equity mouse mat. And we sent most of them out, haven't we? Yes, we had 200 words nearly to juggle with to get the survey. So if you're ready, let's have a look, because we put them all in graphics, starting with the different colours and increasing their importance amongst those members that have responded to the survey. So here we go. Looking at first the words that got the lowest priority in the white corner: status, welcoming, campaign, camaraderie. And then a little bit higher in importance amongst the words were open, fun, progressive, activism. And then a little bit higher again in the green corner: motivated, welfare, considerate and democratic. It's getting near to the equity principle colour of purple. The words included negotiation, transparent, tolerant and fair. And finally, in the big red corner, the words that were echoed by the most equitable friends who responded were family, professional, respect and empathy. What did you make of those words then? All together in the final graphic, with the colours linking them together from the source of the words from the members. I hope you can make sense of it, but it's interesting reading to see what my equitable friends thought or perceived equity should be doing. But having said that, some of the comments were really negative, and I wasn't going to show them, but I've been actually told that I ought to, just to show things that are sort of simmering away within equity. Now, of course, this is in some ways unscientific, because the total of my survey is probably less than 100 members. But having said that, how many altogether, Hilary? Well, we'd better double check on those figures, haven't we? Yes, but these are the other negative words that were expressed. Equity was perceived by some as being unprofessional, amateur, party political, a cancelled culture, undemocratic, unrepresentative and societally biased, and finally anti-Semitic. Now, of course, one can either totally ignore the survey and dismiss it, or one may just sort of view it as a little heads up as to what might be simmering amongst the membership, and indeed what might be simmering amongst others who are not members, who are actually looking at what's going on with equity when they see what it's doing via social media. But now, let's change the subject, because there's another question I've had sent in from my equitable friends. BBC Radio 4 this morning had their morning service singing hymns and things, and it was actually reflecting on the Edinburgh Fringe and how it's a global international festival coming together to celebrate the importance of the culture, arts, creativity, entertainment, the fun and experience of everybody. And it actually made it obvious that the congregation involved was multi-ethnic, multi-diverse, multilingual, multi-everything. The one thing that united them all was artistic creativity and entertainment. But having said that, it's now become so big that a couple of my equitable friends says, has it not become a bit like Britain's Got Talent, where a professional person going there would feel as though they're having to spend a fortune to take part, whilst everybody else is making a fortune out of them. And in fact, it's only a bit of a lottery as to whether they'll get any reasonable returns on the money they're spending. And now, of course, there'll be those who'll say, oh, well, it's all experience, it's all experience. But should a professional always be told, well, you work for nothing, you pay for yourselves, just because, well, you're going to get experience and you may just win the lottery and become a star? So my equitable friends are saying, what's equity's view about that? But to conclude, a little compilation, because the fun, the entertainment, the camaraderie, the fellowship, the family of the Fringe is absolutely wonderful. And so here's a little compensation. Did I say that right? Well, I've not had my morning coffee yet, have I, Hilary? Yes, compilation of a typical Edinburgh Fringe where we visited a few years ago. So enjoy, and please keep your comments coming into this email address. And Nigel Cecil, as an entertainment entrepreneur, will respond to them. Thank you very much.
So I'm Spiky, I'm a professional stunt performer. We are an adaptation of H.G. Wells' The Invisible Man.
Being an island or something.
Enjoy your day. Oh, am I saying hello to one there? Everybody? Oh, hello. You all right, my loves?
Their necessities of life. Wherever I wander, wherever I
Nigel Cecil, equity as you like it.